Findings in our Line of Fire series, the Contact 5 investigators and the Palm Beach Post have teamed up for a hard look at how deputy-involved shootings have been investigated in Palm Beach County.
And tonight, Contact 5 investigator Katie Legrone joins us with questions about just how independent the other office tasked with that role really is. Katie?
The state attorney's office is the legal arm that determines if an officer who shoots should face criminal charges. We found cases in Palm Beach County that appear to show the state attorney backing deputies, even when the evidence doesn't.
October 10, 2010.
911 emergency.
I have a 17-year-old son with Down syndrome, has severe behavior problems.
Seen in a white 98 Plymouth Voyager minivan.
Vehicles all over the roadway.
Dashcam video shows Jeremy Hutton stopping at the intersection of Royal Palm Beach and Okeechobee Boulevard in the van he took from his mom. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Deputy Jason Frankie pulls around. Hutton clips his cruiser. The deputy shoots.
Shots fired.
The van was stopped.
Hours later, he explains to investigators what happened.
I watched the driver, he turned the wheel, and he just started coming at me.
Leaving the, quote, terrified deputy no choice.
Completely drew my firearm and started firing as he reached where I was.
708 Okeechobee Boulevard, shots fired.
Both PBSO and the state attorney's office justified the shooting.
And I was in fear. Fear he was going to hit me.
Case closed until...
I don't think anybody knew or anticipated that they were going to get caught by a traffic camera.
Stuart Kaplan is the Hutton's civil attorney.
This case is one of the most egregious, one of the most disturbing cases that I have pending in my office.
That's because this traffic camera video, he says, shows an entirely different story.
But the traffic camera clearly shows that Jeremy Hutton not only was driving away from the deputy, but actually turned his vehicle as far to the left as possible to completely try to avoid hitting this deputy. So it's completely inconsistent with what was told by the deputy, and it's appalling.
The state attorney, which investigates to determine if an officer who shoots should face criminal charges for it, mentions the video in its final report.
Pictures don't lie.
But not what it shows.
So certainly there was no danger to this deputy.
The role of the state attorney's office really is to be there as a separate and independent eyes and ears, and to conduct an investigation and make sure that they're, the checks and balance.
But former Assistant State Attorney Elizabeth Parker says that's not the way it always works.
Really what they do is they just read the reports, they look at what the sheriff's office provides to them.
It's a system built on relationships.
Prosecutors work with deputies every single day. You can't have a contentious relationship and be productive as a prosecutor.
Even in the rare case PBSO actually finds a deputy at fault.
I don't have my hands up.
We found the state attorney's office doesn't.
Where'd you get shot?
Right here in the forehead, right here in the middle, right here.
In 2007, Andy Jackson was shot in the head by a PBSO deputy who later admitted it was an accident.
Oh, yeah, I wake up every morning and say, thank you, Lord. I'm really glad to be here.
While PBSO deemed the shooting a bad one, the state attorney at the time, Barry Krischer, took the case to a grand jury, who ultimately decided not to indict. Since 2000, the state attorney's office hasn't indicted a single deputy involved in a shooting. The night he was caught on video driving his mother's van, Jeremy Hutton was shot 3 times.
He was shot in the head, he was shot in the shoulder, and he was shot in the arm.
He lived. Now his attorney is working to prove what the deputy did was all wrong, and the system designed to hold officers accountable here is broken.
In this particular case, there was absolutely nothing done on the state attorney's side other than to gather all of the information that was provided to them by the very office who has now cleared this deputy. So to me, that's a rubber stamp.
State Attorney Dave Ehrenberg and former state attorneys Michael McAuliffe and Barry Krischer would not comment for the story. Krischer has been a contracted employee for the sheriff's office. Our partners in this joint investigation at the Palm Beach Post have more about the relationships and cases involving the state attorney's office and PBSO. Go to mypalmbeachpost.com/WPTV. I'm Katie Legrone, WPTV News Channel 5.